What's going on, guys? Davis Hirsch here from Hirsch Power Garage. Welcome back to another video. Behind me is my 2012 Nissan 370Z. If you're familiar with the Nissan and Infiniti products from this era, you'll know that back in 2009 when they released, the infotainment was great. Nothing to complain about. Unfortunately, 15 years later, it has not aged the best and it just does not look as good as the systems in modern cars. Thankfully, AuCar Auto, who I've partnered with today, makes a new Tesla-style screen that you can install to make your car look much more modern to keep it up to pace with the other cars on the road today. Without stalling anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what comes in the box when you order it new, as well as how to get it installed in your car. And then I'm gonna give you a kind of review and walkthrough about how to use the system and what I think of it over the past 3 months. Let's get started. Two more things to mention. If you do want to order one of these kits, use our code HIRSHPOWER for $50 off from AuCar Auto's website. The second thing is if you do have any issues with your kit, be sure to reach out to them. I had one or two things that I was kind of confused by, and so I was able to get on a FaceTime call with them. They answered all my questions. They showed me an example of what I needed to do, and they were really helpful. So if you do need help, be sure to reach out to them or comment below, and I'm sure other commenters will be able to help you out. A big complaint I see online about aftermarket radios is that they don't look as if they could have been original. As you can tell here, this is not going to be a one-size-fits-all. This is designed specifically for the 370Z, so this will blend right in with the factory infotainment, and it'll look just like it would have if Nissan offered this from new. So let's go ahead and unbox this now, and I'll show you what's inside. When you first open it, you'll see some stuff for SIM cards if you want to put that in, as well as an instruction manual. This does involve steps on how to install it in case you have the typical dashboard or you have the navigation dashboard. So regardless of which one you have, this will give you full instructions on how to install it in your car. Then we'll have just a standard user manual along with your warranty info, and then below that, we'll have some adapter harnesses so you don't have to splice into any of your factory connectors. From there, once we go ahead and remove the styrofoam, you can see the actual screen itself will be totally wrapped up to keep it safe during shipping. And below it, you'll have the extra connectors you'll need. This will all be shown in the instruction manual on how to properly install those so you don't have any electronic issues. As you can see, once again, this is not a one-size-fits-all product. This is specifically made for the 370Z, so it's gonna fit perfect and look original while also retaining all of the original functions and giving you new ones such as Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and wireless navigation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
It's going to be really easy to access behind this. All you have to do is take the little knee pads off. You'll just pop those out. There's just a little pop clip, no screws or anything. And then for the center console, it's just going to be some more Phillips head bolts. So if you're going to go ahead and attempt this install, I'm sure you can do that. Once you've got
everything popped out, we're going to have to release these connectors on the back side. There will just be a simple plug just like that. And then that will pop out. And this one, I'm probably gonna need to use two hands. And that will pop on out. Then, if you want to, you can release this bottom one here. I might just unscrew these Phillips heads real quick and pop out this head unit. Once that's out of the car, we're gonna go ahead and use a Phillips head to remove this part, and then we'll be able to set this aside. And this, of course, is gonna be removed so that we can keep
transferring the new head unit into the original cubby is fairly straightforward. It's just going to be a couple Phillips head screws to take the cubby out and then pop out the air vents before reassembling everything back together.
While reading about the screen online, the number one thing I realized is that people don't realize how easy it is to wire this together. All of the connectors are going to be specific to the plug that need to go in. So obviously you can't plug this massive black connector into the small hole there. It's just not gonna work. So your main plug right here is gonna go right in under the fuse up here. I'm gonna show y'all just for the sake of this video. I'm gonna plug it in right now, but I've noticed that when actually installing this in the car, it's better off to leave that unplugged so you can stretch the ground wire to ground onto the chassis. But like I said, for now, we're gonna plug that in. This will be your radio signal, which will go up in this corner. So we'll get that plugged in. The brown connector here is gonna connect to a harness that is on the car. We're not gonna be plugging this in right now. And the bottom connector right here will tap right into here. And you can see there's a little ridge. You probably can't see it on camera. There's a little ridge, and that's how you'll identify which way this needs to be routed. This one will be for the AC harness. Once again, that's gonna be on the car side. And don't worry about this one, it's useless. This will also be on the car side. This right here is the USB cable. This one will go in the middle of the bottom plugs. So we'll get that set in there. You can hear it click in. We'll be good to place that down. This plug right here is obviously the female end of the main harness. And we're gonna have to plug in the male end of this harness right here with the black or with the red box on it. Of course, this once again will be where the radio antenna goes, but this right here is going to be for our GPS. The other two will be for 4G if you wanna like put one of the antennas on there, but I'm not gonna use 4G on this thing, so that's kind of pointless for me. But like I said, we're gonna go ahead and reconnect all the ones I just removed before getting this installed in the car. As you can see, I now have the head unit mounted into the car, but it's not bolted in. I wanted to show you guys the orientation of all the wires beforehand. So the main power harness goes here. This will be for the aux or radio harness right there. These two will plug in down below. This will connect to the main harness. We're also gonna go ahead and connect the black wire down there. That's for the AC controls. If you don't plug that in, you won't be able to control that. This one here will be for the start button. So I'm gonna go ahead and reconnect everything real quick just to see if it's all working. Before you start installing your screen, don't forget that you will need to install this box here and complete this connection. I'm probably gonna zip tie this down or just do something to keep it from moving around. But for now, it's gonna be good to sit there while I test fit everything to make sure it all works. Now, obviously I have this towel down just to protect all the plastic to keep it from getting scratched. And I'm gonna go ahead and lift this up, get this plugged in. Remember that we're gonna have to connect the ground wire. A good trick is to have this totally threaded in and then back it out a couple turns so you don't actually have to try and get the screw in there while you're holding the screen, and it's just a pain. So once again, I'm gonna disconnect this black plug on the back. So otherwise right now, this is how much room I have to kind of stretch the ground wire. But if I disconnect this, look how much I can move it. So now we're gonna go ahead and get started. And here we are, guys. We have it fully installed now. It's working great, and I want to give you all a quick run around to show y'all what this thing can do. Right now, I don't have it connected to CarPlay, but you of course can do that if you'd like. So as you can see here on the home screen, this is when you don't have your phone connected. This will be your maps option here. If you were playing audio, it would show up right here. We can get the weather going. We can get, of course, a compass if you want that. Let's go ahead and scroll down to the other home screen here. Of course, you have your radio, music, options for movies on here. You can take Bluetooth on it, Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, Chrome. I mean, you can really do a ton of things on here. Of course, if you want to adjust everything individually, you can go to your settings, change the colors on the dash, stuff like that. Down here, we do have our AC controls. I'm going to turn these off so that it doesn't interfere with my microphone. But of course, if we were to turn it back on, you'll see it adjust down here. We can do all the other options as far as where we want the air to blow from. This, of course, once more, does have wireless audio, so I can play the music from my speakers. Again, if you do want to see a speaker upgrade video, that's coming soon.
Right now I've got my phone connected to Waze on CarPlay. Now we're switching right over seamlessly straight to Spotify. So now, instead of taking my phone out while driving, that's unsafe. I can scroll right through here, click all my recent songs, my playlists. I can ask the car to play a specific song instead of trying to search for it on my phone. It's honestly just so much nicer, and I can't believe I didn't do this years ago. Then we can switch right over to the phone app, go through all my recent calls, contacts. I can even dial a number if needed. I highly recommend it.
I've been using it for about a week or so now, and I honestly have to say I wasn't a big fan of these before I purchased this one, but it blends in so much better, and I thought it was going to look out of place, but I have totally changed my mind. This thing looks great, and it functions great, and finally brings this car up to the modern age. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I want to give a big thank you to the team from AuCar Auto for sponsoring this video. If you do have any questions or any kind of interest in this, be sure to reach out to them. They'll be happy to help you with getting one of these for yourself and helping you get it installed in your car. And if you did enjoy, please leave a like below and subscribe for more content. See you guys.